What are the Jets going to do this year, Joey? They got a new quarterback. They got rid of Terrell Revis that we mentioned yesterday, and they still got that loudmouth head coach. But what's his name?
And yes, he is Rex Ryan. I was just about to say, the Jets are in big trouble. The Jets are in very big trouble. So they go ahead, and I might as well just segue into that. Rex Ryan. A couple of years ago, I was on the bandwagon. Rex, you come from a long line of good football coaches, with Buddy Ryan being your father and the success that he had as the defensive coordinator
For the
of
Bears.
the Chicago Bears.
For the Bears.
I didn't mean to bring that in, but look, I'm giving you a plug, an internal plug here.
Thank you.
And I'm not plugging anybody's hair. I'm just giving you an internal
Go Bears.
you had to do. And so Buddy Ryan and Mike Ditka get together in 1985, and they win the Super Bowl as head coach and defensive coordinator, respectively, or maybe not. I don't know. They didn't like each other too much, but they won the Super Bowl.
Respectively.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Thank you. Very good.
Cheers.
That's right. Cheers. And you have two brothers that are twin brothers, and they're both in the NFL. I mean, it's almost as good as having two brothers that are not twins who play in the Super Bowl. But with Rob Ryan, his brother, and a character from a Robin Hood movie, I believe, right?
Something like that.
So I think they always say that the camera adds weight to you. I don't know how Rob Ryan got away with playing with playing a man who jumps up and down and all over trees and saves and pillages and gives to the poor. But that's a whole other story for a whole other time.
That was a stuntman.
Rex Ryan, overrated. A couple years ago, I was on the Jets bandwagon.
That's when they had a defense. It was a good bandwagon to be on.
Thank you. You too. Then you were headed that direction.
No, I was a Bears fan. But I can understand. You just look at every week they could shut people down. They can no longer shut anybody down.
No, the team is totally dissipated mentally, physically, and it's not good for them. It's not good for them. I think Rex Ryan needs to go.
But he's not going, is he?
He's not going yet. No.
No. I mean,
But
this year he will be the head coach of the Jets.
And he has been the head coach. But here's the thing. Let me talk about Rex Ryan first of all. Here's a coach that stuck his foot in his mouth too many times. He made some ignorant claims early in the season about them winning the Super Bowl, about all these other highfalutin targets that they were going to accomplish, and look what happened. It fizzled. And it goes back to the comment you made earlier. When you open up your mouth and you make those kind of accusations about how well you're going to do, it always backfires.
It's bad enough when a player does it, but when the head coach does it, what kind of an example? That's like setting an example of immaturity and just brashness.
And where do you go from there?
Down.
There's nowhere to go from there.
Down.
I mean, you've already set yourself up. You're going to be constipated throughout the regular season because you got to win the Super Bowl, because you opened up your mouth and made a prediction that your ass can't cash.
True.
So to speak. And I'm sorry, but that just puts it right out there. Literally. I mean, I think I got the point across. As far as the offense is concerned, I said a couple of years ago, and I honestly did, and I have witnesses here in the studio. Please be quiet, all 600 of you. Actually, all 3 of you. I said that Mark Sanchez was a nice kid, but he's kind of like Marvin Lewis. He's somebody you would want to take, to Thanksgiving. You know he's going to be polite. You know that he's going to bring your mother a gift. But he can't play football. He doesn't have all the capabilities and characteristics necessary to play as an NFL quarterback and to react quickly enough and to be proficient enough in the NFL. They let Darrelle Revis go, who was the one bright spot on the defense. So now they've freed up a bunch of money. But what does that mean? That means we're playing the lottery again, and we're rolling the dice, and we're trying to get some college kids that we're hoping are going to be as good as a Darrelle Revis and are going to benefit our team.
Well, it's one of those things, Joey, where they've given away the near term for the future. They'd rather have several draft picks and a lot of money to spend on them than one proven superstar, Darrelle Revis.
I say they go ahead and it's already a circus act, so I say they go ahead and bring in Broadway Joe, and they let him coach the team, and we just have fun, and we relive the days of 1969. And they could all wear fur coats, and we could just make this it's already a circus, so we might as well go all out. We might as well bring in the fans. We might as well bring the glory days of the New York Jets back from '69 when they upset the NFC and the Baltimore Colts, and they put the AFC on the map. Because right now the New York Jets have no hope at all. In the last couple of years, all they've done is been downtrodden by other teams. they have no offense at all to speak of. And like you said, the one bright spot they had was defense, and that defense is dwindling. The players that they did have that were actually worthy. Jason Taylor had been traded from the Miami Dolphins to the New York Jets. He was one of many players where the Jets did, like as I was talking about in earlier segments of the show, where they were picking up. They felt they had a good enough team. They were on the edge. They were winning. They were on the cusp, and they were picking up all the other players that they could get that were free agents to take them over the edge. Well, now what happened? It backfired because they haven't made it to the Golden Super Bowl. And here they have all these players that they've paid all this money for, and now these guys are too old. So New York is in a horrible, horrible state.
We got to get rolling here because we've got 11 more teams to go, and at this rate, we'll be here at midnight. The Jets are going to go 7-9 this year. Their future, the next trip to the playoffs is 2 or 3 years away. It's a rebuilding year. Good luck for everybody in New York. At least you've got the Nets.
7-9 sounds good, and I'm not just saying that to keep moving on to the next team, but I like the 7-9. I think that's where they're going to be at.